Hey guys, Alex HVAC Tips here, part 3. I'm going to cover what the police investigator with 30 years experience told me about my body language on this service call. I asked him to critique it, and he said the very first thing that he noticed was that I was a very deep thinker. He says, you do a lot of thinking when you're talking to people. And I said, that's very accurate. And let me tell you why I do that. I do that because when I was younger, I developed a stuttering problem from a young age. And the way they taught me to handle that in speech therapy was to stop, pause, think about what you want to say, and then say it. So that's the way that my mind has developed and functions now. And he says, well, I know that you had a stuttering problem. Let me tell you how I knew that you had a stuttering problem. He said, because of the way that you blink your eyes. He says, the way that you were taught to handle your stuttering issue, you took it from your mouth and it manifested in your eyes in the way that you blink. I thought that was very interesting. No one had ever told me that before. So I thought that was really, really, really interesting. Now, the third thing he told me about, I consciously think about, I do it intentionally for what it means, but it's called steepling. And I'll show you what that is. So when I'm standing in front of a customer, I don't point my fingers up like this or point my hands down or put my hands in my pockets. I keep my hands either like this, with kind of wide like this with my elbows out. I stand up straight and I keep my hands in front of me. Most of the time, either my fingertips are touching or my fingers are intertwined together. And the reason that I do that, if you look up that pose and you Google steepling, you'll find out that steepling is a sign of confidence and competence, okay? It's a good sign of authority, like, hey, this guy knows what he's doing, especially if you're standing straight up tall. But it can also be a sign of arrogance, so it has to be used with good context, okay? But I intentionally do that because I want to come off as someone who's competent and confident, because I am. I've been doing this a long time. I have pre-programmed responses for just about every question you could ask me. If you want to know about capacitors, I could tell you the 4 main reasons they fail. If you want to talk about compressors, we could talk about all different types. It's because that people have asked me those questions so many times over the course of my career. It's just the same information just over and over and over again. But that was pretty spot on. I was pretty impressed with it. Some of the stuff I knew I was doing, some of it I didn't know I was doing. And yeah, man, pretty solid. For the people that don't know, it's Neural Linguistic Programming, NLP. Y'all should go look it up. And while you're over there looking this way, hit the like and follow. I appreciate it. More tips on the next video.